Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. This week I'm going to be using the Sweet Foliage stamp. It's a single stamp that comes in the package, so it looks like this is one of the larger ones. If you have a Stamparatus or a Misty, probably your best bet with this, but I am going to not use mine just so that you can see how to use it if you don't have those tools. So to start with, I did just some test pieces. I just inked the center of the stamp and used some scraps of paper I had from another project just to see how it's stamped, because sometimes the larger stamps can be a bit wonky. And I wanted to see how I could stamp nicely every time. So the first time I stamped it down, what I did is I inked up the ink pad like this. I put my piece of paper down, and then I put a piece of paper over top and kind of gave it a rub like this, just so I had even coverage. The problem was, oh, this isn't going to come off now because it's not inked. There we go. Was that I pushed too hard, and you can see this is all kind of blurry, and I've got some shadow here, which I think is from this spot right here. So then I did it again without pressing down quite so hard. So this is Lost Lagoon. This is Strawberry Slush. This is Crumb Cake. And you can see I missed a spot when I was pressing on the back. That's what I used to make our sample card here. And then this is the Memento ink because I wanted to see what it looked like. So if you get a stamp and you really liked a bunch of stuff and now you can't think what to do with it, just take it out and play with it, work with it. Don't aim to make a card out of the gate, because if it goes wrong, you'll get frustrated. Just take some scraps of paper and ink up the stamp and play with it, and just go from there. So the cards that I'm making today, I have used the Everyday Essentials Mix and Match Designer Series paper. And this one, the back of this one is this paper here. Is this beautiful paper. The colors in this are Bubble Bath, Crumb Cake, Darling Duckling, Lost Lagoon, and Misty Moonlight. So the card that I'm going to make on the video today is Misty Moonlight. And the stamp is from the Banner Sayings, and I used the triple banner punch to punch it out. And then these, I want to call them opal rounds. I can't remember what they are, but they're just the little kind of just glittery gems. And I liked them based on how it fit with the background of the card. So what we're going to do is we're going to stamp. I've got my 5 1/4 by 4 background, and I can just lay that down right now. If you want to get fancy, you can add baker's twine to the greeting. I didn't think of it for this one. I make a card and then I think of all kinds of things afterwards. And the greeting is dimensionalized. I just stamped it on basic white cardstock, punched it out with the triple banner punch, and then put it on a piece of Misty Moonlight. This one's on a piece of Crumb Cake, and then just trimmed around it. And then I just used my scissors and I just trimmed in here like this to make the point. So let's go ahead and get started with the stamping. So I have now put my stamp down somewhere that I don't know where it is. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up the stamp. Just going to carry on inking up, and I'm just going to make sure that I've got ink everywhere. And the easiest way to ink these large stamps up is to turn it face up and your ink pad face down and go that way. It's the easiest way to do it. Okay, and then you're very carefully going to pop your 5 1/4 by 4 down evenly on the surface. And then I'm going to take a piece of scrap paper and I'm just going to gently push down all over. Now I've got one hand holding the paper in place because I don't want it to jump around and shadow. But I'm not pushing really hard. I'm just kind of rubbing it. If you've got a brayer, it would probably give you a more even covering. And then you're just going to peel an edge up and lift it off. And that is your inked image. And you can see that we have picked up ink where we want it and not picked up ink where we don't want it. So this is great. You could use this just like this pop a happy birthday on it. Oh, the lights came back on. Pop a happy birthday on it. And that is a brilliant card just like that. Put some of these Charming Shimmer Faceted Gems on. Brilliant, brilliant. But I want to work with the paper that's underneath. So for this one, I did this as a portrait card. This one's going to be a landscape card. This is a 5 1/4 by 4. And what I did with this, these are 3/4. This is 5/8. No, it's 7/8. And then this is 3/4 as well, because I wanted the piece with the greeting on it just to have a little bit around it. So now if I do this one, I probably only need 3. If I think about this, I do 1 here, and then 1 here, and 1 here. So let's try that. Where is my paper trimmer? So I just need to make sure I'm in frame for you. And I'm going to go to 3/4 of an inch. I find it easier to hold the largest piece of paper over here if I'm cutting smaller sizes. So I'm going to cut this at 3/4. So here's my 1 inch. There's my 3/4. So I'm going to cut 2 strips that are 3/4 of an inch. There we go. And one that is just that little bit bigger. So there's 3/4. There's 7/8. And I still have enough left of that. If I am a little bit short and need to cut a new piece, I absolutely can. So what I'm going to do, this is my slightly larger piece, so I'm going to put it in the middle-ish like that. And then this one I'm going to put here like this. And this one I'm going to put here like this. And this one I've got a smear on somehow. So I'm going to cut another piece because that's not where the greeting is going to go. Usually I would just put the greeting there. I could put a piece of bling there, but I'm just going to cut another piece here. And did I cut that at 3/4? I did cut that at 3/4. Okay. So I'm just going to smush this up just for a minute and see if I could get another piece on here without it looking too full. And I probably could. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this piece out. I'm going to cut this one down to 3/4. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to cut this down to 3/4 here. Now, having said I like the bigger piece of paper on this side, I'm just going to do this way because it seems easier to me. There we go. And bring that down. Okay, so I could use that as a trim piece on the inside if I wanted to. So I've taken the piece with the smear out, and this is going to go here. Now, if you wanted to, you could place these so that they came in the order that you cut them out. But I kind of like the whole movement of this without having all of that in line. Just pieces placed down. So we're going to do that like that. And while I'm gluing these down, I want to say thank you to everyone. Got some new subscribers after Paper Pumpkin Week. Thank you for your comments and your subscribes and your likes. And just to let everybody know, I am back at full speed. I only managed to do 1 video last week. I had a whole bunch planned, but I was not as well as I had anticipated I would be. So I didn't get very many videos out. In fact, I just got the one last week. So thank you for bearing with me. I am feeling 100 times better now. So I am going to go back to my regular Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday videos with my review on Saturday of all the cards I've made that week. So thank you for your patience while I recovered from not feeling well. I am not 100% up to speed yet, but I'm absolutely feeling much better than I was before. So again, thank you for your patience. So I'm just going to pop this down. Now I've got a bit of an empty spot here. And if I'd been paying attention, I would have put this around, but I was talking, so I didn't. So I'm going to put the happy birthday over here. There is no rule that says your greeting has to go on this side of the card. It absolutely does not. You can put the greeting wherever you like. And I actually quite like it there. So I'm going to take some of these Charming Shimmer Faceted Gems. And I am going to just pop them around. So I'm going to use the large ones just because the background is a little bit larger and that way they will show up. I'm going to pop one there like that. And then I'm going to pop 1, down here like this. So there we go. And I need to decide if I'm going to put this little strip. Oh, there's a blemish on the inside of the card. I didn't look at the other side of the cardstock. So I could absolutely put that down there, or I could put something on the inside of the card. But I'm not going to worry about that now. Just, I didn't check the other side of my cardstock, but there is a blemish on the cardstock. So this is our version in Crumb Cake in a portrait. And this is our version in Misty Moonlight in a landscape card. And I like the movement of the up and down stripes with the crossways stripes, and then mixing our patterns with our florals with our stripes, and here are florals with our polka dots. I do really enjoy mixing and matching patterns. So thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.